I need to carry on with the splitting of Skunkworks and making it buildable both standalone and together. The issue I had run up against was the fact that currently I am, as when Skunkworks was part of one larger project, as part of that, like I would have this section of the CMake lists, CMake script available, where I could say, "Hey, here's a definition of there's this plugin, and here's where its exact location." You can see if I do what the YAML physics, this, and in here you can see like it's the entire path right there from where CMake built and deposited it, which is fine when it's part of one larger project. But if it's no longer part of a project, then like this means these things don't exist at all. So if I was to do CMake, if I try that, yeah, you got problems where like the faux graphics resource YAML, this one at least, can't be found. No, there's no, this is not a target when it's imported from an arbitrary location like this. So what I need to do is come up with a system that works for both. One idea I have is through the use of sets of, okay, let me get rid of everything except one. So I could so I could just try this stuff out. That's what I need to do right now. So let's do all but the graphics resource one, wherever that is hiding. So one idea I did have was if I was doing faux graphics. Okay, actually, no, because this is not even a target. Oh, no, wait. Okay, no, this is what I was thinking. In something like this, if I say like set, what was it called? This, if I set this variable to, I don't know, whatever this is, and then do parent scope, because I believe parent scope allows it to kind of go into just the parents. No, that won't work because the parent scope of this will be the root of the project. Maybe. Like I can do something where I can say in the Skunkworks CMake, I could say like if this doesn't exist, like if not target this, then so this is being brought in here, right? I got faux graphics resource. Yes, I do right here. So if I do this, yeah. Yeah, that's not it. If I do this, can I get this value back out? Right? No, I don't. Okay. So the next idea I had was, okay, that doesn't work so great. But okay, so there is this target this. Can I add more properties? I can probably add another property. Let's try this. Well, I say, hey, set property. I'm just going to call it, what was it? Just this. I'm going to set this as the property. So, wherever this is, tell me wherever the hell this is supposed to be. Does that work? No. Or it may only work on the initial import. Let me have a look. This then brings in this. So if I come back out, okay. I do that and then redo this. No, I'm not getting that either. Or hold on. No, I need to get, what was it? Get target property. Let me double check what it is in the CMake. Get target property. The variable, the target, and the property. So I am trying to get from this the variable from faux graphics resource, and the property is this. And then can I spit that variable out? If I spell it correctly. Yes, I can. Okay, so if I set the property on this target, both in the exported cmake file and in the initial like project up here, this is probably going to be the most reliable way to get this kind of information around. Um, or it's probably not this that I'm looking for specifically, but what I'm more so interested in is just the target name. Because I'm assuming, okay, I'm going to assume if you're in part of the same project, you'll have the full path, right? I'll pass the full path through this. That's fine. And then if you're part of a separated project, you're going to be able to bring in like, where are the libraries? They're, in install test /lib. Probably something like that. Do these contain like containing folder? I can't do containing folder or that because like if the location is different based on whether you're in debug or release, not going to be particularly great. That's not really. But there is this imported SO name though. This is useful to have. This is something I can, unless I do debug and release again as well. That's okay. How does cmake do like imported location? Like if I'm doing a release, what imported location and stuff does it actually use? Or can I just use imported location? Okay, that's interesting. What if, okay, I only have the debug, right? The config file, the debug stuff, and then this. So can I grab out, just like imported location, the one that I'm actually using? Does this exist? No. To get the location of an imported target, read one of this or this properties. Uh-huh. The target property may be overridden for a given configuration by the configuration imported specific by that. Furthermore, the map import config target property may be okay. I should probably increase this zoom level of this a little bit. Furthermore, the map imported config target property may be used to map between a project configurations and those of an imported target. Then these is set that the name of any other configuration listed in may be selected and its value used. Imported configurations. Interesting. Debug. Okay, hold on. If I cmake -s current location, and then I do -d cmake build type equals release. If I do the release version, if I stop adding skunkworks to this for a moment, and then I just do the release and I install the release version side by side with the debug, I'm interested in the behavior of how this works. Ninja-c build and install, please. Map imported config. Map from project configuration to imported targets configuration. Set this to the list of configurations of an imported target. It be used for the current project's config. So, okay, now I have both of these. Now, if I do skunkworks, it'll say, okay, both debug and release are available. All right. Okay, yeah, and here it is. We append the property of the imported configurations of debug. So, what I'm interested in right now, then, can I? Because, okay, if trying to think like how if okay, it doesn't really matter so much on Unix because like I typically build things together. I have both the debug and release, and I can swap them around. But typically, like I've found there's a lot of developers I work with who on Windows will try to install both the debug and release binaries and perhaps others at the same time, and they'll do like the Visual Studio generator, which has both debug and release. And like I guess if you only have one, sure, it's no problem. But like, I need to see if I think what's it called? If I can use a generator expression to get like the imported location of these binaries, like the one that's being used in the currently selected configuration. Hold on. CMake generator expression imported location. Okay, yeah. So in this example, he's got the import locations. Okay, so this is doing it by hand, manually, basically, where it says like, this, if config is this, then use the release or debug version of a DLL. But this, hmm. Hmm. Generator expression. Okay, maybe I should just try. I'm going to just try to say like, hey, can I echo out? Okay, let me just double check how I do a generator expression. Something. So I don't have a target name, but I may have like the imported. Oh, no, but no, that's the thing, right? I don't have imported. I've imported configuration, so I don't have like. Oh, what's this? Imported location config. I don't import a location. You instead of imported use location. What's this? Read only location of target on disk. Okay, does that work? Does location work on this? Like for the. Okay, maybe. The full path to the source file. So, okay, can I send, say send error, and then the next one will be like, hey, can I get with the generator expression say something I need, what's it like target file? So I need like location of, can this work? So blah and blah 2. Give me no, that doesn't seem to work. Unless maybe I can't do it inside of this. Right? Does it have to be like, can it be part of separate like that? No. Generator. I mean, I could still maybe just grab it out like this and then pass it in via something like down here instead. That could also work. CMake generator expression. In string, something like that. How do I put the result of a generator expression? mean, that is a generator expression, right? This, I think. No, this looks like something else. Unfortunate. Okay. So this is probably my best bet, is to do this. Like, okay, so that's the case of what it is when it's a separated project. What if I go back to doing the unified project? Can I grab the location out of this instead? The location property may not be read from target. Use the target name directly with add custom command, or use the generator expression. Okay, so that is a generator expression as appropriate. So when it's built as part of one thing, it has to be target file. If it's not, then it has to be location. That's not particularly great. Okay. So like, yeah, right now, if I do this, but with target file, it really does depend, right? 3. Send error. Send error. Just, I mean, that's not found. That's fine. This, really? Target file. Can this just not work in a string? Or it's not evaluated? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Maybe. Okay, let's do location. I mean, again, like probably just like location is expression don't evaluate to non-generated expression. And then I have to go back to target file. So this is probably something I'm going to have to do fancily, or I can custom. Okay, hold on. Can I do? I'm thinking like, can I grab a generator expression, a custom generator, a generator expression, cmake generator expression of a custom property, I think it is. Can I do this? Like, okay, target file, right? Target artifacts, target file. Not sure what base name is, prefix, suffix, name, directory, import file. Wait, what's this? Full path to the linker import file. The lib file. Okay, no, I'm not interested about that one. Target file is the full path to the target binary file. Okay. Target file name. Target file directory. Okay, is there anything in here for location? That's what I'm interested in, right? Target runtime DLLs. Interesting. A list of DLLs. Okay, okay, again, if this is all together, this generic expression can be used to copy all the DLLs the target depends on. Post build, okay. Imported targets are supported only if they know the location of their DLL files. An imported shared library must have an imported location set. But otherwise, yeah, there's no location thing I can do here. I'd probably have to do it myself. Okay. Target file, that. Okay, if it's together, what does it look like? Like if I don't have this. Target file. Test var, where I'm going to set it to be this. Right? I know this exists. And then I'm going to message status. Test var. Does this help? If I get rid of this, okay, send error, whatever. No, that's still that. Why? Why? Okay, when are these things evaluated? I swear. Oh no, they're only evaluated at the end, right? When we're actually creating. Is that? Wait, hold on. Introduction. Evaluated during build system generation. Okay, so that's because I'm doing configuration. I'm not doing the build, the actual thing right now. So that might actually work, right? Well, no, because it doesn't know what a location is. Since generator, okay, maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Since generator expressions are evaluated during generation of the build system and not during processing of files, it is not possible to inspect the result with a message command. One possible way is to add a custom target, which then echoes the stuff. Okay, let me try this instead. Where it's like genx debug, fine, whatever. So this is going to equal this. Okay. Let me get rid of just do that. Line 100. Really? Yeah. Line 33, that doesn't work. Okay, what was it? Target property. I am not entirely sure what I'm looking at. Target property. Oh, target property of target, and then this is the name of the property. Maybe. Let me see. So, target property of this, and the name is location. Let's do that. Use the target name directly with add custom command, or use the generator expression target file as appropriate. Oh wait, no, maybe because I'm okay. Yeah, when I'm part of the together group, what if I'm not? What if I'm like in the separate -c build skunkworks, and I say, what was it? genx debug. Okay. That is the full path. Okay. 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 So I think this is doable. I can't use location or target file directly, but I can create a third object, which is like plugin location or something like that, that I then query agnostically on at the end level here, I think. So if I go back to this and I do, in the case of this config, I've done whatever, and I say set target property target faux graphics resource. Set target properties. I don't actually need to say target. I just say this and properties. No, because at this point I don't know which one I'm using, do I? No, I would, wouldn't I? At this point I would, because I've already like included the actual resource file, which would then pull in the debug and release versions. I think. Okay, let's just say plugin location. And it is what? It's just this, which is target property of graphics resource. And I say, hey, it's the location, whatever that may be. And then I use this here agnostically between target file and location. Okay. And if I do the same thing here, okay, actually that's, okay, I'm going to stage all of these things so I don't make any accidental changes I don't want. Go back up to here, here, and I say, hey, this target I have declared, and here's the definition, and then I'm going to set the extra property here, I guess. Set properties, this plugin location is going to become target file of this. Okay, so this is fine. And then if I just build the original one, where it's all unified, part of the one unified build, that doesn't happen. Target properties cannot be set on the alias, okay, but I can do it on the original. Correct? Yeah, maybe. The location property may not be read from target. Uh-huh. I thought I got rid of location use. Or no, yeah, it's not here. Can I just name it something else? Whatever. And do that. Is that fine? That is fine, but it doesn't actually set it to anything when it comes back to the other side. genx debug comes out with nothing. Bad escape. Or hold on. Okay. Oh, man, I'm so close. I was so close. Okay, what I can do, I think. Oh, man. Okay, what about like, okay, what is target file? Target file, no, not target file. What was, it's not target property, it is target file, it's somewhere down here. Target base name without prefix. No, I need this, I need that. I just need the target file name. Can I grab this? Echoes nothing. Okay, that works. And if I do it the standalone as well, right? Does that also? Okay, so I got those at least. Target file name is the same on both. At least I have that going for me. It's the only thing I need to worry about is the actual location. Okay, so I can always at least get like that. I can, okay, this, I can lock this in. Genetics. I just need to figure out the location thing. I just need to be able to figure out how to get the location stuff, which is split between target file and location based on whether or not, I guess, okay, if, else, probably something along these lines. So if it's part of a unified project, we use the target file. Otherwise, we use that, right? That's how this is supposed to work, I'm hoping. Or actually, I should probably say like add custom target. That connects debug 1. I'm pulling in the location. And secondly, I do look target file for the other one, right? Does that work? If not target that, then this. Otherwise, that target file. Really, location is not a. I thought it was. No, it's not. It's I need the target property of that comma location. Okay, there we go. Now I have that, and then if I do the same thing on this one, I have the actual build location. Okay. I think this is how I'm going to have to do things instead. Now, target property, target file. I can't set the property back there. I think it's just going to have to be up here at on the end user side, unfortunately. And that's like an alias. Can I alias target property? I have an alias target. Set target properties. Alias targets do not support. Okay. No, it doesn't look like it. Set property. Sets one property on 0 or more objects on a scope. I don't think so. So this is likely what I need to do. Location. Okay. Can I get location without it? I mean, I don't really need to bother with getting the location without it right now. Do I? I don't think so. Okay, this is how I'm going to define, separate between unified builds and separate builds, is whether or not there's an underscore. Pretty sure for this. Then you bring in the package and do this side. Then that means down here, what I'm going to have to do is regular plugins. Okay, as part of a generator expression, can I say if? I mean, it's going to look ugly, but can I do like a generator expression of like, if condition, can I say like if it has a target property? Okay, let's try it out. If, again, skip all these. That versus build skunkworks. Hold on a second. What's going on here? I thought. Now, have I just been in like a fever dream and I've been imagining the target file did not actually work on an imported target? Has this just all been no? Because like this has been failing pretty like every time, right? Hold on. What? Wait, what? No, hold on. No. Because What? Oh, imported versus status. Unified. Okay, this is imported, right? And this is unified. They're both okay with this. Then what have I been doing? What have I... Sorry. Hold on. All of these. Back to this, right? Unified build? Sure, great, whatever. Skunkworks build? This is not a target. Have I just been... Hold on. Okay, why is this not a target? This should totally, for sure, exist in the engine section, right? I go into here. This absolutely has been... Hold on. Hold on. It's not... It's because I'm not bringing it in, right? Something like this. IMX YAML, graphics resource YAML. Is this spin it? Just I've been... So all of this past little half hour has probably just been a waste of my time. Because I was not reading the error message correctly. A binary import export, YAML import export. So we got what? Physics? No, I got ECS. It's not even part of it, right? Graphics resource, binary. We got physics, binary. And we got position, binary. Right? That's... Oh, okay, maybe it's something else. Maybe something else is going on in here. Maybe like they're just... Maybe these are all just blank, and that's the problem. No, it's been... it's fine. I've just wasted probably like an hour on not reading a message properly. And not including the right more components. Great. Next, what is this? Cannot find VK value serialization. Okay, so let's have a look at this. VK value serialization is from down here somewhere. Minilibs, right? Pretty sure. Yes. This library cannot be found. So we, of course, include it here. And we're installing it, supposedly. Yeah, as part of this. So down here, in the lib section down here, we should have VK value serialization. It's a static library. So I'm not entirely sure why I'm trying to bring it in. Or for what? What am I bringing it in for? Probably graphics VK, right? Debug. Great. What do we got? libvulcan memory allocator. Great. This. So this is here. And on the same thing on release. Yeah. So who's bringing it in? Am I? Okay. Is it something on the Skunkworks side that I don't know? Aha. It's probably this side. Hmm. So now I have a bunch of undefined. It looks like it's all the XR stuff. Okay, great. Why is the next question? I go into here. I am, if XR support, add this. Or I'm adding these files to be compiled. Am I adding the library? Okay, let's see. If XR support, yes and yes. Otherwise, okay. Is it part of the bring up library? Is it just not part of? Do I just need to open XR, open XR, right? What are you bringing in? You're just a static library. Okay. What are you? You're just nothing at all. Interesting. Okay, as part of this, am I just not bringing in XR whatsoever? Let's have a look. Let's see, we've got XR. There's just none here whatsoever. Part of this library that we're trying to put together. Okay. Is it okay? Right, this is the one I'm building, yeah. Okay. If I build the full thing, yeah, it's fine. Well, we'll see in a second, actually. Yeah, that's fine. So it's just the standalone build that's not pulling it in. And I'm not entirely sure why. Let's check the... See, there's no XR support thing here. That's probably it then. I just don't have XR support flagged. Anywhere here. And it's something I just didn't bring around from the old, right? XR. Yeah, this, right? Okay. Now I'm interested in if I can say, hey, if XR support, can I add a couple more items independently? Like that. Like, can I just add another two projects? XR Open XRVK. It looks like I can. Almost. So it looks like I'm missing the header. One of the Vulkan mini libs. Was it XR result serialization? No. XR result to string is... No, XR result serialization. This is the thing I'm missing, and I need it for, was it? This. Oh, I just need it for this by itself. Okay. Let's do that. Does that work? So what I'm thinking of then, okay, going back to the install test, right? I have all these shares. I have a bunch of faux stuff. Do I have any separated Vulkan ones? No, I do not. And as part of, let's say, XR result to string, what I probably want to do then is I want to bring it as part of faux XR. Like it's just a library I just carry on with, carry forward with me. So much like how graphics VK here is pulling in these Vulkan ones, I want to do the same thing down here for this. So targets, that, and XR result serialization. Target link libraries, this and that together. So I want to do this and install. Okay, actually, hold on. RF test install. Sorry, install test. That's it. So I do this and install. This will be updated a little bit. So let's see. For install test include, we're going to have at the bottom XR result of string. Good. And then in the library down here, sorry, not in the share section of the library down here, with XR, we are pulling in result serialization. Perfect. And this thing is pulling in XR as well. So, and then they'll pull it in. Okay. So going back down to standalone project, it doesn't work. Wonderful. Why? Because it thinks it's an actual library instead of an interface library. Ooh. Right? This is just a interface library, yeah. And that's not enough. When it's installed, it doesn't understand that this thing. No, it understands it. It's just, it says, is it because it doesn't understand that it's this? It doesn't understand it unless it's part of the same namespace. Okay. And then if I do the unified build, that's going to break because it doesn't understand the thing in the namespace, right? Going all the way down here. Yeah, it doesn't know what the hell this is. So I need to go back to here, and I need to say, hey, that these things are all under aliased at library. How does the alias work? That faux this alias as that. Okay. 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 Everything seems to be okay now. Both unified and standalone builds of downstream projects look to be workable with this. I need to add alias, 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 and alias to make sure that these all match. Next, our result generation. Sorry, no, this is VK. Okay. Good and good, right? Yeah, good. So with all of that, I should finally be able to have a standalone downstream project from the libraries. Oh, Skunkworks is finally separated out. So, yeah. Now I gotta actually, now I actually gotta make sure that I do it correctly. So we're not going to touch this right now. We're not going to touch this one either, I don't think. Right now, all I want to do is I want to add. Okay, actually, no. What I want to do first is Ninja build and do cmake-format. I want to format all the files. And then I want to start adding all of these. So CLI 11 is not. Okay, let's do that. I'm GUI. That this is the external project. All right, I need to play around with the external projects to get it to work. Rename this to IMGUI core. Exported all symbols on Windows. Okay. Okay, we got that. The file system dialog. I thought, no, this would have been. Why not? Why is this not? Okay, let me try something else. Find in engine everything that ends in .cmake. Okay, pass all that into cmake-format in place. And this is, no, this does not look correct. How would this be correct? Yeah, see, this isn't right at all. Okay, hold on. Go into build, engine, RF build. I no longer have this here. So that's a whole bunch of stuff off of that. Okay. External. I'm GUI file dialog. Go in here. Yeah, it's just not. I do not. Why? I go back to here. I do. Right. Whatever. Dot final cmake. This file is, let's say, external. Right. Okay. What? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. It ends in cmake-lists.txt. I do that, and then I pass that into cmake-format -I to run in place. Nope, that doesn't work either, apparently. Come on. I do not know what's going on. It must be just crashing like on the first file or something like that. You can find it. It's just not running. Has to be. I don't know. I don't know otherwise. Because this is, yeah, now it. Okay, whatever. Why is this static on Windows? I don't know. Do that here. Go to Vulkan memory allocator, do it here. And then back out and do it on minilibs. Okay, let's do this. Again, this, it's been updated, build interface. These things are now exported. Okay. File dialog. Okay. This is new, 2025 now. Vulkan memory allocator. I need to add an alias to this. Not that it's part of my project, other than me using it, but I need to be able to export it without. Well, this is not even exported, so I'm not even going to. I'm only going to add aliases for exported targets. This publicly brings this. If it's Unix, do in position independent. Okay. What's this? Vulkan minilibs. Yeah, if XR support. You know, make sure that, yeah, this is all locked behind the XR support flag. Interesting. I didn't need it. Okay. Not updating the sub projects right now. This was updated. That was the only thing, I guess. This has been changed to be required. Otherwise it works. Crypto is just an alias. The ECS is just an alias. We added our dependency. ECS YAML, alias, added our dependencies, yes. The base graphics package no longer is explicitly on Vulkan. That's good. Otherwise, it's an alias. Added our dependencies. Graphics IM GUI alias. Config. Alias. Dependencies. What's going on here? This was part of testing. Get rid of that. Added all of the dependencies. Alias dependencies. Alias dependencies. Okay, graphics VK now is the entry point for pulling in Vulkan because the core graphics no longer does. Alias, we had Vulkan, the dependencies have been reworked. No longer just build only, now they're build and installed. Dependencies. I don't think. Hold on. Graphics VK, open the file. These are public. Okay, this is absolutely public. I understand that. What about these? That's public. I don't know about these, though. I think these are private. I mean, it's still pulled in and installed via this, but I don't think that I have any public-facing interface that actually requires the use of like the cleanup stuff. Or no, I don't think so. Vulkan memory allocator, though, I do need, right? For when I create the session, I return a VMA something or other. I thought I did. VMA? Yes, I do. So that's required as public, but these are private. Okay. So that does mean, however, that I need to find dependency. This graphics, Vulkan was independent graphics, and the Vulkan memory allocator. Okay. Okay. Next, graphics VK IM GUI. That's fine. Just an alias. Dependencies. Okay. Graphics VK. Dependencies. Okay. IMX and export target. Okay. Okay. So these are publicly brought in. Coming back to this. Okay, yeah, this is brought in. Is it also brought in by this? No, it's not. Okay. Thought so. I need to add some dependencies. So, do I need core? No. But what I do need is, sorry, not, what am I looking for? I'm GUI. Does not pull in faux core, but it does pull in I'm GUI core and this one as well. Those are public headers I use. Right? Right? I'm GUI context is public, but I don't see the file dialog. Okay, so I don't need that one. I just need I'm GUI core. And I need to pull that in as well. First. Then I can pull in the dependencies. Okay. Pulling in Vulkan information. Okay. Oh, hold on. Where? I don't understand why I'm pulling in glefw3 here because I don't see it. This must be old. Okay. Model, install an alias. See, this is why you got to go through. You want to find things you missed or slight changes. Okay, nope, yeah. And then adding the dependencies. I only have dependency on core physics, same thing. I've got the alias, I got the install property. Pull in the dependencies. Just an alias for this. I already have the install target. Dependencies. Just the alias. Almost there. Dependencies. Alias 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll bring in 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Is this the correct order? No, this is not the correct order. I prefer to do them in alphabetical, I'm pretty sure. Whatever, I guess. I'll go through these again. But I don't have to, do I? An alias. Dependencies, alias. Dependencies, alias. Close to the end. Okay, alias, I added the serialization, export target, and exported the XR result serialization header. Added dependencies. Now this looks like it should be this. Rework these. Reorder those. And then finally, the last one. Okay, backing up a couple of directories. Let's see that the initial unified build still works. Not quite. Gotta fix that again. Okay, does the standalone build at least work? Yes. Well, it's because that's actually because I haven't installed it. Because I haven't finished building the first one. Okay, back to this. What do we got? On I'm GUI, I'm not finding VK result to string. Why? Because it's no longer being brought in publicly via this. So we add this, and this is a private. We're going to add VK result serialization. So it's slightly improving the dependencies or de-scoping them a bit. Ooh, not great. So going back to graphics VK though. Or hold on. Graphics VK, I'm GUI. What do I need? I need VK value serialization, struct compare. And then on, what is this? Test faux graphics VK. So the test program of this. Now this needs to have it brought in by itself instead as well. Make libraries, so those are the public ones, and then privately, I need to bring in what? VK struct compare. And roll the way through again. Great. And then if I install, and then try the skunkworks version, now this is broken instead. Great. Here we go again. Okay. So Vulkan memory allocator was not found. Fair enough. Graphics, let's see. It is brought in by graphics VK, I believe, under here somewhere. So we value serialization, struct compare, Vulkan memory allocator here. Okay. Requested required component not found. I'm not exporting it, am I? No, I am not. So I need to add that now. Let's not do that. Okay, Vulkan memory allocator, and then the mini libs here. Let's use this as the example. So one, going to add set that, add this as an alias target. Let's go. include directories, link libraries, if Unix compile that, blah, blah, blah. And then I need the install section at the bottom, which is going to have, I don't think, wait, hold on. This is interface, right? Oh, this is a real thing. So target sources, this. So this is being brought around. And then if this is the only thing I need to actually export, then that can be fine. But it's not, is it? Can I? Okay, interesting. In here, where I'm using it, memory allocator, can I say, hey, you know, this is only an interface. I only need the header. Beyond myself, this linking it, everything else below doesn't necessarily need it. No, no. That didn't work at all. If I do that, I install it, and then I try to use that. VK mem alloc. How many places do I use this? I use it all the way out here. To do something with it, right? Here you go, VMA allocation. Then I presume on this side, I'm going to use VMA something or other. Yeah. So this would have to be a shared library. Or, I mean, like to keep everything on the same footing, it would have to be a shared library. Right now, it's probably static, right? Yeah. I have no idea what this to-do does either. Figure out why I ran out of pool memory count of 4. When did I do this? Probably many years ago. I'm not bringing out the memory allocator. I'm not bringing out. Yeah, I'm GUI core. I mean, I'm not. I'm exporting. No, I'm not exporting this. The only thing I'm exporting. No, I am exporting the file. Then why? I'm pretty sure I'm exporting this as part of requested required component not found. Right? It's being brought in as part of this. I'm GUI core right here. Oh no, this is bringing it in. I can't find it already because. Okay, hold on. Whoopsie. I can't bring it. I can't find the dependency because I'm the one. This is the item project that's bringing it in the first place. Okay, now we only have the Vulkan memory allocator somewhere, which I'm okay. Did I do the same mistake on the graphics VK side? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, a few minor changes, alterations. This is here. This is here. This is private now. These are private now. Okay. And okay, so now I just need to go through, do this again. And obviously not quite actually update any of the files I was hoping to do so. This seems to work fine. Okay. Some minor formatting changes. Okay. So then, okay, I think I'm going to call it here because all that I've got to do is I got to commit this. I got to update the copyright headers. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are probably not of this year, probably somewhere. And then I just got to, the next commit will be removing the old skunkworks from the integrated project and then creating the new standalone repository and uploading that. So that can be all done offline. It's not really valuable for anything else. So until next time, cheers.